I think you can consciously make your own look. We're so in our day-to-day that we don't necessarily all the time set wide intentions for our lives, but we want them, so it happens as an undercurrent, and then lucky things happen. But it's like when a boat comes by and you're thinking you want a certain type of boat, but it's coming by nonetheless, and then you say no, and it comes by again, and you say no. You gotta recognize it, gotta have a short bye.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Keyorie Eliaña. So today for Vlogmas episode 3, I have a makeup tutorial for you guys. A lot of people, when I say a lot, I mean tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of people ask me for a makeup tutorial. So I'm finally giving that to you guys. Everywhere I just get questions for a makeup routine, so I'm finally giving you guys my in-depth makeup routine. There's literally nothing on my face, no skincare, no nothing, no lotion. Freshly washed face, that's it. And if you guys want to know what I use to clean my face, I don't have the products on me, but I either use La Roche-Posay Gentle Foaming Facial Cleanser, or if my skin is going through a breakout, or if I just want to be very cautious of my skin in the moment, I use Neutrogena Ultra Gentle Sensitive Facial Cleanser. I have like an in-depth skincare routine, but I probably will make another one for that if you guys want one, because I don't do that skincare routine anymore, because I think something that I did within that skincare routine caused my skin to break out. So I don't do that anymore. But let's go ahead and get started into my makeup routine. Also, you guys noticed the hair. I got a sew-in for the first time, and I actually really like it. I've never gotten a sew-in before. I've only ever worn my natural hair. The only fake hair I've ever gotten put into my head would be like braids, but I'm actually really liking it. The bundles I got from We Queen from off the TikTok shop, and they're really good because we bleached them and toned them 3 times basically by ourselves, and they held up really good. Little to no fallout, little, as you can see, holds curl very extremely very well. So after I wash my face, the first thing I do is I'm going to go in with the Ordinary Glycolic Acid Serum. I think that's what it's called. Yes, toning solution. Sorry, not a serum. And I just get I just get a little cotton round and I put it on the cotton round, and I just put that on my face. Oh, I think I put a little too much. Oopsies. It's okay. I'm actually gonna have to put my hair behind me because it's in my way. And then I just put it on my face, rub in. This stuff helps to clear breakouts. Also, it's just a toner, and I always put on a toner before I do my makeup, and so I love this stuff. I had someone tell me do not do it every day because it'll harm your skin. I do it every day and it made my skin beautiful. You have to use it consistently. I literally love this stuff. So I love this stuff. I say use it every day. And I also do my neck because a lot of people forget to do their neck in their skincare routine or just in general. Fan my face dry. I actually still use this little pouch to fan my face because I don't have an actual one. I want to get an actual one, but I don't want to buy one. Next thing I go in with is the Think Smarter Hypochlorous All-Purpose Multi-Purpose. You can clean the counters and the toilet seat and the mirrors with this on my face. Now, this is like the Tower 28 dupe, and this actually clears my skin. I recently just had a breakout right here really badly from unclean makeup brushes, which I just cleaned mine 2 days ago because I'm very cautious about my skin, and this cleared it. There's no more breakout. And you know this camera is crisp because it began in my eye bags. But there's no breakout right here at all. I know it's red and bumpy. I was scared for my life. This cleared it. I love this stuff for skincare. And I just sprayed it on my face too, up under my base. And after I'm done, I fan it dry. And I fan it dry. Okay, after that, I try to fan it to where it's dry, but sometimes it does take a minute to dry. I use 2 different moisturizers. Let me get them really quickly. My camera's on the charger, so I have to be careful because the charger cord is like right where my Lazy Susan is. I use the La Roche-Posay. This is their moisturizer that I use. And I use Pond's Dry Skin Cream Moisturizer as well. I have dry skin, so I like to make sure that my skin is moisturized, especially if I'm wearing makeup, because sometimes makeup products can be drying. Also, I'm getting ready to film 2 videos, which are actually going to come out before this, because I filmed my book haul video, and then I filmed my putting together my bookshelves, because you guys can see we got a new ambiance in the background. And I filmed that, putting them together and all that good jazz, and I filmed them all in slow-mo, and so now I'm getting ready to refilm them. So this video is going to be posted after you guys already see those. after moisturizer, we finally jump in to my makeup. Now, I used to do primers, and if I did do primers, I would use the e.l.f. Putty Primer and the NYX Freeze Primer, but I don't use primers anymore because I find that my base just always looks better without primers, but I do use primers if I'm doing like heavy makeup for like a party or something like that. So now I'm gonna do my eyebrows. I have freshly arched eyebrows, kind of, and I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Brow Lift, and I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Brow Lift applicator brush that comes with it, and I bent it like this. So it sticks straight up, but I bent it like that so it's easy for me to get product and to do my brows. And I just dip it in there, and then I just run it through my brows like this. And I pull my brows like upwards and away, kind of molding them into the shape that I want. I go ahead and I take this brush and I just drag it across and down. And then I make sure that that's how I like my brows to look. And then I get this end right here and I pat that to make sure that each individual hair stays where it's supposed to stay, you know? And then I fan it. And then we do the exact same thing to the other eyebrow. I've never had twins when it comes to my eyebrows. I've only had sisters or distant cousins. And then after that, I did the exact same thing. Pat, 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 make sure hair in the place you're supposed to be in. And I take my brow glue. Make sure you close your brow glue up, because if you don't, it will turn white and it will ruin the consistency if you don't close it and you let air in it for too long. And my eyebrows are now done. So now we're gonna go into my concealer. Now, for this, I also use the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in shade Tan Neutral, but I just ran out of that, and so sadly that won't be in here, but I'll talk to you guys if it is. But first, I'm gonna go in with the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This is the foundation, and this is in shade Warm Beige. And I kind of want to get the concealer too, because their foundation is phenomenal. So if your concealer is just like that, might have to buy. Oopsies. Okay, I take this and I put little dots up under my eye. I used to go in and put it right on the brush, but my brush got so caked up from doing that, and so I just thought that I would do this instead. And then I just take whatever's excess and I put it on my forehead and on my chin. This is my e.l.f. Halo Glow. I've had this for forever. Hopefully it's not expired, I don't know, and I'm not gonna check because I'm gonna get scared. And this is in shade 3 Light Medium. You guys can't see because it never wants to show. And I put that on my cheekbone to give me a little glow up under my blush. I always put this on my cheekbone, and I love the way this gives me a glow. I love the stuff. And then I put it on my nose, where I would normally put my highlighter, and I put it right there and right there. Boom. Now I'm going to take this is the Real Techniques brush. This is their 210 brush. This is their Expert Concealer brush. And I go ahead and blend in that foundation that's up under my eye. And I make sure I get up under my eye too, my waterline. I bring it down here to where my nose is, up to my inner corner, down, right up under my eye bags. Yes, I have eye bags, don't talk about me. And I just blend that in. I go in with a beauty blender. This is a Real Techniques beauty blender. I don't really damp my beauty blenders when I blend my products in. I don't know. I don't do it. Maybe because I don't feel like it, but I don't know. I don't really notice a difference or anything like that. And then I blend where I put my foundation as my concealer. And I love using foundation as concealer because it gives you like the perfect shade match, and I love it. Then now I would go in with 3 dots using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, but obviously I don't have that. So now I'm gonna put a little bit more of this because the e.l.f. Camo Concealer would give me a little bit more coverage and it'd brighten it a little bit, but since I don't have it, obviously, I can't use it. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of that Too Faced foundation on my brush, and I'm going to dab in. And I'm just going to use my beauty blender again to blend this out. I like to use a brush and then a beauty blender to blend it out because I don't know, it just gives a flawless look. So this is basically my base. I don't do like foundation or a bunch of stuff on my base. I don't really like it, but yeah, this is how my base looks. I think it's cute. We go into my mascara, and normally I use the E.L.F. Pro eyelash curler, but I threw it away. I don't know why I threw it away, because I didn't have any more bands. That was not so smart of me. So now I'm stuck with these. This, pretty sure my mom got it from Shein for me for Christmas. I like this one, and this one is a studio selection. But I like this one more because of the way it clamps. Now I just curl my eyelashes and I hold for 10 seconds. And then that's my eyelash curled and not curled. I don't think you guys can see a difference. By the way, I'm spooling out my lashes with just some random spoolie. So when I go to put on mascara, it's not like all together. After I curl my lashes, we're gonna go in with my mascara. Now my mascara routine kind of fluctuates depending on the order I proceed the mascaras. But I always use the same mascaras for my routine, but sometimes the order switches up, or I honestly don't know. But this is the order right now. First, I'm gonna go in with the Sky High Last Sensational Mascara, and this is by Maybelline. I need to get some more of this because it's starting to dry out. Not so good. And I go lightly on the tip or top. Hold on. I go lightly on the tip or top of my lashes, and I just shimmy, 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 yeah, shimmy, yeah. And then I go on the back of my lashes like this, just lightly, like this. And then I go from the middle up. I don't put anything on my root because that is what drags your lashes down. And I just do that until I get like the basic shape of my eyelashes. You guys cannot tell for the life of you. And I do the exact same thing to the other eye. Now I'm gonna go with the Maybelline Last Sensational. And don't get it confused, this is Sky High Last Sensational, but she has an actual Last Sensational by Maybelline. And I go in with this. Sky High is like a lengthening mascara. This is like a volumizing mascara, I'm pretty sure. And so I go in from the middle of my lashes and up, and I just put that on, and it makes my eyelashes also kind of darker and more visible. And it adds, like I said, that volume. And I do the same thing to the other eye. I remember when I used to ask for other people's makeup routines too. And like, no matter how many times I would ask or how many times I would watch other people's makeup routines, I always still ended up doing my own. So now after that, I go with Sky High Maybelline, but this is a dried out wand. There is nothing on this wand. I mean, there's obviously something, because like there's gotta be something. But this is a dried out old wand, and I just use this because I love the way that their wands are made, and it separates clumps so beautifully. And so I use this and I shimmy shimmy, and I make sure that all the clumps are out of my lashes. And next I go in with the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara, and I do this on the tip of my lashes to add length to my lashes, because we all know L'Oreal Telescopic does not play when it comes to the length on the lashes. I also need to buy more of this because I feel like I'm running out. I feel like no product is coming on. I'm gonna go in with my last mascara, and this is the Lash Princess by Essence. This is their teal one. They have a lot of them. They have teal, they have purple, they have hot pink, and they have tan. And I think they have one more, which is blue. And I think the blue one is a waterproof version, but I don't put waterproof mascara on because it can take your lashes out. And I do the exact same thing I kind of did with the Last Sensational, but a lot lighter because this is very pigmented. And it's a lot of product on the wand. And so I do very lightly from the middle of my lashes up, and this adds a lot of pigment, makes them a little bit more fuller, makes them a little bit more longer. And this is the false lash effect one for this. So it definitely kind of gives that that false lash effect that we are going for. I'm gonna go in with the same dried out wand again and use this to declump the clumps in my lashes. And it's so funny because I have an actual comb meant for like getting the clumps out of your lashes, but I don't know how to use it. I bought it, but like I literally don't know how to use it. Like this. Like every time I go to comb my lashes, none of the lashes actually go through. Like, I'm going to go ahead and go in on my lids and clean off the top part of the mascara that has gotten up there. Now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna do my bottom lashes. I'm gonna use this purple Lash Princess mascara. I'm trying to let it focus. And this is their Sculpted Volume Mascara. And I just use this on my bottom lashes, and I go very lightly because like I said, Lash Princess, when it comes to Essence, when their mascaras, they do not be playing about how much product comes off in this wand and how pigmented it is. Now that I'm done with my mascara, I wait for my bottom lashes to dry because I have to then go in for my waterline eyeliner. And for that, I'm currently using the LA Colors Auto Eyeliner. It looks like this right here. And this is just like a regular black eyeliner. And I use a brush and I go on my lid right here and I pull it down so I won't get the fingerprint mark. And I spit it up a little bit, there we go. And I go ahead and line my waterline with this. This isn't the best eyeliner thing. I wish I got a more pigmented one, but this is just all I grabbed at the moment because I just needed one fast. And then I do the exact same thing on my upper lid, pull my upper lid up. Do the exact same thing on my upper lid, but I'm not really, like, I don't really care about my upper lid because, like, honestly, it doesn't make, like, a huge difference. Unless it does. I promise you by the end of this video, my eyes don't look like this no more. But now we're finished with my eyes. You guys can finally see my eyelashes. Yeah. Okay. All of this is what created this. Next, I'm going to go in with my blush. I love this blush. I'm going to show you two blushes. These are my favorite blushes in the entire world. They are both kind of the exact same color. One just has a bit more of a shimmer to it, and the other one is just a flat, like, blush. So, the first blush is, this is the blush that I used to use, and this is the Bye Bye's Pores blush by It's Cosmetics. It's been through some stuff with the package, and this is in the shade Naturally Pretty. And I'll show you guys, I'll open it up and show you guys the shade. That was the shade. Well, there's nothing I can do with that now. But now I'm currently using the Milani blush, or Milani blush. As you guys can see, it's a very similar shade. This one just has a shimmer to it. And this is in shade 05 Luminoso. And so I love this blush so much. And now I'm going to go in with my buffing foundation brush. And this is my e.l.f. one. I actually used to have an actual e.l.f. blush brush. And I say this all the time, but I don't know where it went. And this is very pigmented, and so I do a little tab, and then I start, and I go from like my cheekbone up to where my eyes are. My mom and my uncle made fun of me on Thanksgiving and said, that's why your blush is all the way up where your edges are, but they just don't get how it gives that elevated look. So yeah. So I'm just gonna go like that. I love blush, so sometimes I do overdo it, but I try not to overdo it because this blush, it's very pigmented, so if I mess up, it's gonna be very noticeable. Now you guys can see, you can see the pinkish, but I need a little bit more. Okay, and that is how it looks right there. I don't know if you can see, but you can definitely tell the difference. This is like just my plain skin tone, and then this has that pink look to it. So I love this blush so much, and I did the exact same thing on the other side of my face. And you guys, I'll help you guys, or I'll put it on while so you guys can see how it works. And I love this blush so much. I had to take my SATs in 5 days. Today's December 2nd. I take them on Saturday, December 7th. I have not studied yet. I'm going to study, but I'm not going to like hardcore study. I mainly just want to study for the math part because I'm a little scared because I literally forget everything math related, and I'm a horrible test taker when it comes to math. So there's that. But I'm also not even stressing it that much because I can always retake my SAT. Also, I didn't pay for it, my school did. And so it's not like I paid for it and like I fail and this and the other. But I honestly just want to get a feel of how the test goes and see what's the deal with the SATs. And then I go in with this beauty blender and I use the bottom of it and I blend the blush in more, and I also did put the blush on the bridge of my nose to add a little bit of color. But yeah, me and my best friend Ayana, we were going to test at the same school, but when I went to go sign up for testing and actually like pay for it, like I said, I didn't pay for it, my school did, but like you still have to go through the whole process of it or whatever. All the seats for the school were taken, and so she's testing at one school and I'm testing at another one. So that's sad. I would have been able to see her, and we probably would have been in the same testing room because her last name is Zhao, but it's with an N at the beginning, and my last name is Nelson, and so we probably would have been in the same room because both of our last names start with an N. So there's that. And yeah, that is it for my blush. And that is basically my base. Like, that's all I do is like concealer, whatever excess foundation I have, that e.l.f. Halo Glow. That's literally it. And then my blush. And now we're gonna do my highlighter, and this is the last thing before my lips. I don't really have like a huge makeup routine, I guess you can say. This is the By Mario eyeshadow palette. My uncle got it for Sephora for me back like 3 Christmases ago, I'm pretty sure. Has no name on it, I don't remember. And I'm currently fighting for my life for this shade right here because I only have the corners left. But it is the best shade of highlighter ever, and so I fight for my life every time. I have to use this, and I make sure I use it very strategically because your girl is running out, and I don't know the name of this palette. And By Mario, if you see this, can you just please make like a highlighter that shade right there, because this is like the perfect highlight. It's an eyeshadow, but it is the perfect thing for a highlighter. And like the way it blends, the way it's not like how, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it's an eyeshadow, but some eyeshadows don't blend the way a highlighter should blend. But this eyeshadow blends perfectly the way a highlighter should blend. So I need you to create a highlighter this shade. And then I do the inner corners of my eyes. And then I'm going to take my finger and blend out the highlighter that is on my nose. Last but not least, I'm going to do my eyes. And sometimes I do this, not all the time I do this. I don't know what shade I want to go for today. Normally I use this for like contour my nose, but I don't want to use that for that today. Only when I feel a little spicy will I do that, contour my nose, not all the time. I'm just gonna take this random angled brush. This says it's from Japonesque. I literally don't know, but it's like a random angled brush. I'm gonna dab that in. And I'm kind of gonna do a wing. I've recently been loving doing like winged eyeshadow with like, or winged liner with eyeshadow, or yeah, you can call it like winged eyeshadow, but like I don't know, just like I don't know, I think it looks good. And yeah, that is really it for like my face or my base. It's in the dirt. I don't put setting spray because I just don't like putting setting spray. And now we're gonna do my lips, which is like the big question everyone always asks. Okay, starting first, I always make sure that my lips are not chapped, not dry, but not too moisturized. So I get a little bit of chapstick and I wash it on to where my lips are an acceptable texture. And I use lip liners, but I prefer to use eyeliners or eyebrow pencils because they just work and hold so much better on my lips. And so this is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Kohl eyeliner in shade Sima Brown. The wording is kind of like off, but like it is shade Sima Brown. I'm not even sure if you guys can see that, but this is how it looks like. Very long too, a lot of product. You know, lip liners like to come like this long. No, you get a lot. I just line my lips very thinly with this first. Okay. Next, I'm gonna go with the NYX lip pencil, and this is in their shade Nude Truffle. This is how it looks, and then shade Nude Truffle, and I go right up under that, right here. And this is like a light brown, so it gives that ombre effect when I go to blend it. So that's how it looks after. And then last but not least, I'm gonna go with another NYX lip liner, and this is their shade Nude Pink. So that's how it looks, shade Nude Pink. So cute, and I just go right where all the other space was not filled in. And this is like a light pink, so it gives that pinky look, and like I said, blends it into a nice ombre. You can already see like the way that it looks so good. I wish I could pull off a matte lip. I probably can, but I'm obsessed with gloss. I literally cannot do matte for the life of me, and my lips feel like they're going to crack and break off with matte. But I'm gonna go in with the NYX matte lipstick, and this is their shade Spirit. That's how it looks. I'm pretty sure it's gonna like, but it looks like this. This is a very old lipstick, and it's like a very light nude. I love this, and I go very in the right here, in the center, in the middle, and then I go right here, in the center, in the middle, and I block, and that is what we're working with now. So then, last but not least, I'm gonna go in And I don't even know what this is. My sister's friend gave this to my sister. My sister gave it to me. It's from one of her friend's businesses, I guess. And it smells like coffee and chocolate. And I love this, but I just use this random lip gloss to like blend in my lip liner because it's already brown. And it's like shimmery and golden and it's moisturizing, so it helps. I'm gonna go that in like this. Last, I'm gonna take this Q-tip. Sorry, I was trying to think of the name. And I'm just going to clean my mouth because, like, yeah. And then last but not least, we have an OG Ruby Kisses Hydrating Lip Oil, Lip Gloss, or whatever. It's amazing. And I blend it in while I'm putting it on, and I don't put a lot because I noticed people put a lot of lip gloss on, and that's how your product either drips down here. I know you probably haven't that. I know that's probably happened to you before. Or your lip liner comes off. And it's like this, very lightly. Blend the product in. I used to hammer lip gloss on. Not anymore. And yeah. Those are my lips. And that brings us to the end of my makeup routine. Let me show you guys how it looks. So cute. Hold on. I don't think I like the liner. But this is my makeup routine. I love it. You see that glow. You see it. But yeah, guys, this is my makeup routine, long awaited, because I needed to make an updated one because I don't do my old style makeup anymore. But this is basically the same kind of makeup that I used to do, just a little bit different. New products, new way, new techniques, better, you know, 2.0. So yeah, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I finally gave you guys what you wanted with my makeup routine. I hope that this helps. I hope that it answers all your questions, especially when it comes to my lips, because I get my lip combo asked so much. Everyone's always asking for my lip combo, so finally I can send them to this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Remember that you guys are loved. I love you. God bless. Mwah. Peace out, Girl Scouts.